Welcome to BOI Impact. Last week, we began to explore the impacts of BOI's Rural Area Program on Investment for Development, RAPID, and the knock-on effects that it has for growth in the hinterland all over the country. This week, we continue the RAPID deep dive as we celebrate powerful forces in enterprise, women and youths. In communities across Nigeria, the Bank of Industry is enabling small entrepreneurs to grow where they are. Many of them, women helping to hold families and communities together, and young Nigerians creating futures in unlikely places. And so in this episode, we follow Who Know Road. We spotlight Gloria Udeze and the impact she's making in her rural community of Akpo-Oganike, as well as Charity Melletus, who is building industry in Akwanga, Nassarawa. We also take you to Gwagwalada, where Christopher, a young fish farmer, is feeding families and fighting unemployment. Impact stories that will inspire you. We get your views as well as we hit the streets to ask Nigerians whether women make good entrepreneurs. You want to catch that. Also, in a new reveal feature, we go to Plateau State for a closer look at how one young man insisted on his vision despite all odds, and how BOI's RAPID lent a hand when it was needed the most. And finally, catch the news wrap this week of BOI's activities creating positive change in our economy. This is BOI Impact. I'm Senam Yamotosho. Let's begin.
In Akpo-Oganike, Gloria built a business that now powers her family, her neighbors, and her community. Like her, Charity too is doing big things and changing the narrative about business in small towns. She is one of hundreds of women and youth who, through RAPID, have gone from hustling to hiring. But it wasn't always like this.
Before, I have only 2 workers. The one my money can be able to pay that time that I have not gotten the loan.
Before RAPID, I normally used to carry my production to commercial rice mill to produce my rice. And then one of the major challenges I had that time was that, sometimes you have a big contract to produce rice. But since it's not your own, I only have to follow their own terms and their own bidder. And sometimes the high cost of production was also one of the challenges I faced during that time.
In rural Nigeria, business takes more than courage. It takes conviction. With their RAPID support, Gloria and Charity didn't just expand small businesses, they expanded the possibilities in their communities.
RAPID has really empowered my business. We are able to employ more workers, and then we are also able to produce rice at a subsidized rate for our community. Our community normally used to go as far as other local governments to purchase rice.
So when I now got the loan and they expand this place, and I employ more 3 people, making 5. And in terms of blending feed, sometimes I blend 1.5, sometimes I blend 1. But because I have expanded this place, I can be able to blend 5, 6 tons, 7 tons sometimes.
Our rice mill is able to support our community by providing quality products, but at a subsidized rate for our community.
I do buy rice from her, and I also buy the rice shaft because I own a horse farm, a small horse farm.
Recently, I found out that there is an improvement, there is a growth. She has more staffs than before, and also the production is more than how the quantity she used to produce before.
This RAPID was targeted to assist individual businesses in rural area. It was thought that individuals in those locations might be disadvantaged economically. So the Rapid scheme was targeted at providing accessible funds to businesses in those locations at an interest rate of 9%. So with the impact of Rapid, these individuals who benefit from these facilities will be able to access loans that would enable them to, for example, procure items of equipment for production, for manufacturing, and then processing. So it will enable them to process their raw materials to finished product.
I benefited a lot as a production manager in terms of salary and incentives. Like at some point, every staff going with a packet of rice, and every festive period, every staff is being awarded, and some staff, based on their hard working, they've been given some reward based on their hard working. And to her, as my CEO, I learned a lot from her because she knows much about rice production, and I learned a lot because she teach me some skills on how to handle rice and attend to the quality of rice at the mill, and that helps me a lot. To the community, they've learned from me a lot, and they gained from me a lot because I have to also introduce them to this rice mill, and most of them come here and benefit a lot from me because I'm from their community. And when I told them that yes, I work here and we produce quality rice, and they do come here to buy the rice, and they also go home and tell me yes, the rice is okay for them.
My name is Celestine Anyamalo. I'm a driver, so we used to deliver feeds to many farms, including this farm. A lot of changes. The numbers increased very well, and if you see the production, it's fantastic. So many other things like that. So that is a very big development. Okay, at the initial time, we used to deliver 1 ton, but now we deliver 3 tons, 4 tons, and above. So that is to show you that there's improvement. The woman is really trying. So I really thank God for her.
Like before I got the loan, I have only this pen here. Here we are now, and we have I have this pen and the other pen here. There are 2 pens that I have that time, and that's big house that I told you about. So when I got the loan, I decided to break down the pig house and use it for poultry. When you look at that place now, you will see that I just built the structure there, that pen, I just built it. So from building it, I got a new cage for that place, which is 34 units. Then I even used the money to buy beds and put there.
You know, one of the ideology that people have before, that a woman has a limit in business, but with the help of Rapid, and then with their own trust in releasing funds for me, it has also encouraged me to make me to know that a woman can go far in business.
In every corner of Nigeria, they rise early, crafting, trading, building, one sale at a time. These are the women of enterprise on who the Bank of Industry is betting big. Tailors, farmers, traders, women all, turning dreams into goods. With a deliberate strategy to help women overcome barriers in the marketplace, BOI understands and provides just the right support for them to reach full potential and deliver much-needed value for Nigeria's economy. So, why bank on women? Because when women build, communities grow. BOI Women in Small Business. Forces of nature.
Women make good business people and they make good profits when it comes to business.
Yes, we do, because most business people are women, starting from mothers, let me say. If they are privileged and they have capital, they are very good business-minded people, because if they can take care of the family and economize everything. Why not?
Give a woman 1,000 naira, she will give you 10,000 in return. Because she invests, she knows the right way to invest it. And she knows what it takes to get that 1,000 naira.
Mata suna kyau da kasuwanci sosai don mu muna gani saboda muna shiga wurare da yawa harkokin kasuwanci mafi yawa ma mata suna zuwa su sara su sayar kuma suna cewa suna amfana sosai.
You cannot give a woman 1,000 and come back and collect 1,000 naira. No. She invests it in order to get an interest. Because she knows that with that 1,000 she can take care of a community. It is good to empower women the more because women are mothers. When you give a woman grants, she knows what it takes to get the grant and she knows what it takes to take care of her community. That grant will go a long way in helping women, empowering women. That is what a lot of women need in the society. When you empower a woman, you empower a society.
We're in Gwagwalada, in the Federal Capital Territory, and the youth-led venture is one of those making fish farming cool again. Supported by BOI, this young man has cut a pathway through the bush to create an economic oasis and a local source of pride, and catfish.
Before then, I was having so many challenges of expanding, like buying of tanks, GP tanks, collapsible tanks, oven, generator, and the feed itself, because the feed was also costly then. But capital was a challenge. But when I got the grant from Bank of Industry or Rapid, I was able to overcome those challenges.
Christopher is my friend. I've known him for close to 10 years now. I'm a teacher by profession, and I am into farming. And as a young graduate, actually, life wasn't easy with him, to be sincere with you. But I thank God after the grant, he was able to start something meaningful. You know, a young man who is with many dreams, trusting God for, you know, a better future. With the help of the grant, at least was able to start something serious. And then by the grace of God, now he can boast of a better future.
Yes, many have benefited from this and have employed more, because looking at this production now that's been on a large scale, it's not something I can do alone. So I've employed more, and not just employing, because like now I need 1 or 2 things to buy, which could take me to get into production, which I'm buying things like potassium. I go to the market and buy salt, all those things. At least I'm buying and patronizing those people. So it has expanded a long way.
My name is Gift Moses from Benue State. I'm a sales personnel. I'm a sales rep at Opeyemi Venture, Agro Venture. I've known Mr. Christopher for roughly 3 years now. He has been patronizing this place, but not as big now. He has been coming, picking 2-3 bags, but now he's buying more. Yes, it has created employment for so many people, because when Mr. Christopher started patronizing us as in large, my boss have to open other 2 branches.
I'm so happy, and I thank Bank of Industry. I continue asking they should do more.
In a quiet village in Plateau State, one young man made a surprising choice. He didn't run to the city. He moved away from it. And in doing so, he lit up a rural community in ways no one expected. Here's what his journey tells us about what it takes to succeed as a young entrepreneur.
Most, I think past years, when I don't know anything, I do go to business class to type. Whenever I see them working, I thought maybe they're doing magic now. And I said, let me go and try. Let me go and try it. And when I did 6 months, I was so marveled at myself. Then from there, I started, okay, let me start something. Because then I think this community were lacking this kind of amenities. They go to pension, other places with stuff like this. Okay, I said, what, since I've gotten the knowledge, what left? There are most people that have told me that why should I establish business here? I told them that if I don't do it, this place will collapse.
Very, very important. Because, you know, we are not in the analog days now. We're in a modern day that everything is done through computer. Everything is printed in computer. So at least it's very, very good and helpful, because that is the good part of that business.
Okay, when I was in secondary school, I had this thing for computers, but our computer teacher was more on theory. So I wanted to interact more. That was why I insisted on coming here.
Actually, the business has a lot of impact to this community, because he has trained so many youths in this community. I know my brother is even one of those that learn computer from him here. And I've known quite a number of youths that learn from him here.
If you're traveling from here to Jos, you're traveling about 10 kilometers from here to Jos. Probably when you go and come back, and somebody is here, I've even given that person the same person you want to go and get in Jos. So what is this for? So you convince them that this is what you are able to give them, and whatever you are going to give them is what you are going to get in Jos. And when you test them and they tested you and they see your capability, I think you will solve the whole issue. You will solve them, you will stop them from going to the township to do more work.
During that time, he was the only source of getting all these cafe things done. So the impact there, I would say, is that he reduced workload in the essence of reduced transportation fare to neighboring localities for this kind of works, and it also helped the students to browse their result at ease, get their registration done. Even myself, I paid my school fees here and my friend too. So basically, it has done a lot of impact to the community at large.
You know, before, we used to take all these things we want to print to Jos before we print our materials. But, you know, when he came here, we could not take anything to Jos again because he do it for us here. That lessened our transport.
Oh, yeah, it has created so much impact. As in, it has created more awareness to people to know, because most times, before this, people still go to outside to print. But when they discover that these are now here, they now come in because they believe that, yes, they will get their work done faster.
So many people, since he's the only one or he's the capable hand that is handling this business here, then people doesn't go to anywhere again. People don't go to anywhere. They come to him for printing of cards, albums, magazines, and so many things. So he has been so helpful to us in this community.
Well, the early days of the business, I started with just a laptop and a desktop and a printer. But eventually, everything now changes. It faded before time. I think then, when I bought the things, I bought them at second new, and it gave me so many challenges. Within 1, 2, 3 months, I'll pack them to Jos and go and repair. It kept on consistently for over 6, 7 years. I was struggling.
I think one of the challenges in this business is issue of light. Because there are some times that will bring our items to be printed, we will discover there will be no light. But we discover the business even moving despite those challenges. He didn't stop, he used generator to continue with the business.
So the business before the intervention was actually struggling, I would say, because we were lacking basically some machineries that we needed to make the work more effective and efficient.
I was patient. I believe that, yes, tomorrow will be greater than my previous time. So I had to manage. So someone told me that there was an online rapid. So the person told me to apply. So okay, I said fine. That time I was even in Lagos. Thank God I went to my laptop there and then, just entered online and just did the registration. And that was it. People used to look at this place as a local place. So I think it has reduced the mindset of people believing that this place is a local terrain. We can't. There's nothing that will come good for this town. So when all this thing came in now, at least just bring everybody's mind together. That yes, whatever has been done in town can also be done here. I want to say a very big thank you to the Bank of Industry for this intervention. I want to say that you keep on the good work for poor people to get impacted. There are many poor people that need help. There are many poor people that need help to start a business, but they don't know where to start from. I believe with this, they'll be rest assured that their mind is at rest and they can get help from anywhere they want to.
All it took was one vision, one business, and the right kind of support. That's the power of youth. That's the promise of Rapid.
The Bank of Industry played a pivotal role at the 5th Annual General Assembly of the Association of Nigerian Development Finance Institutions, ANFI, earlier this month. It centered on the theme, Deepening Developmental Impact and Inclusive Financing. The event brought together Nigeria's foremost minds in developmental finance. Dr. Olashupo Lucy, the chairman of ANFI and managing director of the Bank of Industry, gave a clear message. Closing developmental gaps demands collective action.
Nigeria continues to grow, and with this growth comes pressing responsibility to close development gaps in critical sectors of the economy.
The Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Dr. Doris Nkiruka Uzoka Anite, delivered a compelling keynote address. She reiterated the government's commitment to creating an enabling environment for development finance institutions.
I urge Nigeria's development finance institutions to draw lessons from global experiences. DFIs must take a more catalytic role in driving development and transforming our economy, just as we have seen them do in other countries.
As principal stakeholder, the Bank of Industry remains dedicated to transforming Nigeria's industrial sector by offering innovative financial solutions and supporting projects that create jobs and alleviate poverty.
We have a lot of data. When we engage the MSMEs, we collect data, but sitting down internally to look at that data can help us to actually understand the trends, across the various sizes of the businesses, the various sectors that those businesses operate out of, and utilize that to actually come up with financing solutions that we can take to them to meet their needs.
Today, we've seen what happens when women and youths are given the tools to grow. From rural farms to micro enterprises, Rapid is showing us that small support can create big change. If you'd like to learn more about the Bank of Industry or how BOI can support your business, whether you're just starting out or looking to scale, visit www.boi.ng. Follow us on all our social media platforms or call our help desk at 0700 call BOI. That's 0700 2255 264. That's our time together this week. See you again soon. And whether it's a fish farm in Gwagwalada or a poultry from Apugonike, every time you choose a made in Nigeria product or service, you're helping to grow our economy from the inside out. So support local, buy Nigerian. I'm Senam Yomotosho. Thanks for watching.